Welcome back to the Post Up Podcast, episode 13. There's another week of basketball going on, and we've got plenty to talk about. Curry's injured. The Lakers are playing basketball again. John Collins has been suspended. But before all that, Owen, what's it been like being a Philly fan?
It was good up until last night. I think I said last week, we haven't been playing good basketball all season long. And I think that caught up with us by losing to the Suns. Beating Timberwolves. That was a very interesting game with a fight. Very entertaining. Thankfully, we got a blowout win. Portland, I was watching this. I have no clue how we won this game. We were losing by 21, I think, at the worst. We were losing all game long. And then, last play of the game, I look at the court. Who do I trust taking this shot? Toby, he's never hit a clutch shot for us. Josh Richardson, no, he's been awful for us this season, shooting-wise. Ben Simmons, obviously not. Horford, he takes too long to shoot. Then that led me to, oh God, this is going to Furkan. And then you see him get wide open and say, oh, here we go.
Dame in his face.
Splash! And he makes it. Literally, the 4 o'clock in the morning, just before I go to work, I was up jumping around clapping. Then when my mum wakes up, she said, oh, I could hear you from my room. What happened? Furkan happened. So that was a massive win. And then we just couldn't back her up by playing the Suns, and we lost because of Aaron Baines.
Probably the best 3-shooter in the history.
Against the Sixers. Now, I saw a stat versus the league. A 3-point percentage against the league, he shoots 29 of 107.
Russ numbers.
Very poor. Against the Sixers, 23 of 40.
Steph Curry numbers.
Elite. You can only shoot against us. Why?
He's a temporary baller.
It's mad. Brees been amazing this season. I remember saying back in the summer, this was such a good trade for the Suns, because he for the past couple of seasons, him and Horford were like the glue guys for the Celtics. So him going to Phoenix was such a big trade for him, even though he's not a superstar, but he's such a solid player. And I think this season he's averaging 15 and 7, so he's proven that he is a good player.
Another dub for Owen. Well, from one good team to another good team. We're OKC at 2-4, and I'm still happy. we lost to Portland. We beat the Pelicans in a great win, but I'm starting to enjoy CP3 a lot more. Adam still needs to leave. Don't want to see him. I'm seeing rumors that the Celtics might want him. Please, I'll take anything. Picks, give me picks. We like picks at OKC. More picks, please. But CP3 is shooting semi-efficiently, not getting as many turnovers now, and it's just so much fun watching the team. You said at the beginning of the season, like, you're going to have so much fun just watching one day, like, Hamid Diallo put up 25 points. I've never had so much fun watching OKC play. This season, I'm having more fun than watching when we had Russ, a fit, Robertson, KD, Ibaka. I'm having more fun now.
Do you think it's because there's no pressure, no expectations? Because with the Sixers, I'm not enjoying it as much because people expect us to win every night.
We've won 2 games and I feel like we're unbeaten still. Like, it's been great. I'm just having so much fun watching Diallo, people, and massive dunks on everybody. I've never had so much fun as a basketball fan. But let's embrace. I might support the Suns, but they're flying at the moment.
Yeah, they're too good.
Yeah. Talking about another team that are embracing the tank. Golden State. Curry's injured. Clay's injured. Draymond's injured. And they're just not playing D'Lo.
Yeah, where's D'Lo? What's happened to him?
D'Lo's getting traded. Maybe. Probably. But the team they fielded against the Trailblazers, they had Kai Bowman at point guard, Jordan Poole at shooting guard, Glenn Robinson the third small forward, Eric Pascal at power forward, and Willie Cauley-Stein at centre.
Not a great team. They
still won. I mean, the tank is being embraced, and they're doing what the Suns are doing, and they don't care about the tank. They're going for the playoffs. No, well, Golden State, do I regret saying that they might make the finals? Yes, I do. I regret that. But I didn't know everybody would injure themselves. They might still come back.
You never know. Eric Pascal averages 34 points a game. You never know.
In the draft, I said, you said he scuffed Draymond Green, and I said, yes, he can be the next Draymond Green. And he's Draymond Green with a shot.
Ooh.
Draymond Green doesn't put up any... He put up... Eric Pascal put up 34 points last night. So, When's Draymond ever? What's Draymond's career high?
But then again, Alec Peters put up 36 for the Suns. Do you know who that is?
Who's Alec Peters?
Exactly, he's put up 36.
Isn't he like a power forward?
Yeah, power forward. Don't think he's in the NBA no more.
I'm aware of him. Moving on from teams that are embracing the tank is the nicest way to put it. The Mavs are doing alright, and Doncic is flying.
He's taken that next step. Well, so far he's taken the next step.
2 straight triple doubles.
And not just bad triple doubles. He's putting up points, 31 and then 29 points.
I mean that's just shy numbers. That is.
Well, let's just go through his stat line: 31, 13, and 15.
That's Russ numbers.
That's Russ numbers. And
Russ
the
numbers.
next game, 29, 14, and 15.
I mean, he's pretty good, isn't he? You could say he's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
The thing I've got with Doncic, I was watching them play the other night, and he reminds me of LeBron, but LeBron right now.
Oh, with no athleticism.
Yeah, where not LeBron, not prime
I was gonna
LeBron.
say.
LeBron now, where somebody blows past him, he doesn't chase them. He'll let them go. Like he doesn't really try that much on defense all the time. Like I'm watching, I'm like, this is literally LeBron right now. Somebody will go past him, he'll let them go past him. He'll give away the ball and just stand there, and the other team will run up the court, and he just won't do anything. Like I'm watching him thinking, this guy's doing what LeBron's doing now, but LeBron did like Hall of Fame numbers for the whole of his career. Yeah. Doncic doing it in his second year, and that's concerning.
Well, the fact he's not trying defensively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
But to be fair,
ideal.
you could kind of do what Harden does.
That's a good point. And then you remember this: the Kings took Marvin Bagley instead of him.
Great pick.
Crazy. Why?
Who's a better rapper?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
White people can't rap.
You keep that in. No, this is true, isn't it? It's true.
Yeah, it's facts, isn't it?
For a good 5 years, there's only been one team in LA. Well, finally, there's 2 teams. The Lakers have won 5 in a row, and they're top of the conference. You could say they're heating up.
They're heating up, definitely. But when you look at the 5 wins, Utah, yeah, that's a very good win because that's a very good defensive side. But then you got the Hornets, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, all should have been wins. So they just did their job really, and the Spurs again. That's a good win. But I have got something else to say. But I was low on the Lakers to start the season because when you go past...
Oh, we know. We remember.
Very low.
We remember what you predicted.
Over the past couple of years, players always struggle in Lakers uniform. You look at D'Angelo Russell, he was poor. Brook Lopez, he was poor. Lou Williams, he was bad for the Lakers.
You could name half of the league when it comes to this.
Went to the Clippers and now he's the best bench player in the league. Just Lakers, for some reason, people struggle.
You missed Ingram.
That's
Brandon
a fantastic
Ingram.
point. He was awful for the Lakers, and all of a sudden he's averaging 26. So
40 points last night.
It just seems like people go to the Lakers thinking of, it's a glamorous lifestyle, and they just crumble under the Laker lights. And Anthony Davis, to me, doesn't seem like a sort of player who thrives under a great deal of pressure. So it is only 6 games into the season. It'd be fun to see how they handle the playoff atmosphere. But I mean, they've had a good start, I suppose.
Yeah, you'd expect them just to do what they've done for the start of the season throughout and just win the games they should win and try and win the more difficult games. And then the playoffs is really when it hits you. And for a team as their standard is like the fans expect finals,
championships.
Yeah, will they get knocked out first round? It's one of those. The biggest story of the past week, which has happened, seconds before we hit record. John Collins has joined the party of being banned for 25 games. Ayton's out. John Collins is out. And whereas Ayton wasn't too bad, the drug he was on wasn't it wasn't directly linked with.
It wasn't a PED, a performance enhancing drug.
But John Collins, on the other hand, there definitely is a performance enhancing drug. Owen, what do you know about this drug?
So basically, he's been caught taking a growth hormone which releases peptide 2, which basically increases food intake in healthy men. So he's basically trying to get bigger.
Yeah,
and he's been caught.
Yeah, well, looking at John Collins, he's quite skinny for a big guy.
Yeah.
So, I'm not trying to.
I respect the hustle.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say fair play. You need to get a bit bigger, but you do, but not in the drugs way.
Yeah, do it properly, mate.
But to be fair, it is good to see the NBA cracking down on the drug intake in the sport. Obviously, we don't want to see teams like the Suns. Can we test them again, please? They're still second.
Yeah, please test the Suns. Please.
Yeah,
Aaron Baines.
Yeah, Devin Booker, test these guys. Because we don't want to see a team like win the championship because all their players are pumping performance enhancements into them. So it's good that they're starting to doing this. I think 25 games. It's fair.
This makes me feel like Aiton's suspension wasn't fair because Collins was trying to change his game by taking these drugs, and they got the same suspension. But I feel like because Collins was taking the PED, he should be punished either more, or Aiton should be punished less because not on the same level.
I wouldn't say more. 25 games in an 82-game season isn't much, but actually, it's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot. Trying to cheat.
Yeah, so I feel like Aiton should get his put down a bit. But John Collins has made a statement, and he basically just, like every player does when they're on drugs, apologises and says they didn't know what they were taking. Oh, John, I think you do know what you were taking.
If you take something called a growth hormone, you should know what that should entail.
Maybe he can't read.
You never know.
Maybe John just can't read, and he thought, and he's looking at the bottle thinking, vitamins. Yes, we'll take these. But I like John.
I never thought he'd be the type of person to take drugs.
He doesn't look like the type, does he? I'm not going to name a player. I was going to say.
Unlike J.R. Smith.
Yeah, I was going to J.R. Smith or Cordell Pope. So Cordell Pope on the other end. Test that man.
Performance decreasing.
Yeah. Yeah, we know maybe that's what Cordell Pope's doing. He's playing so badly so he doesn't get tested. Big John, Big John.
If anyone needs growth hormones on that team, it's Trae Young.
I mean, that's true. That was very true. I don't think we can start picking out, if somebody's going to take drugs, I think it should be this player because they could really do with it. Rookie watch. Kobe White. When I said he's going to be like Trae Young and Doncic, I was joking, guys. It was sarcasm. I wasn't honestly thinking he's going to average 25 points. It was a joke. This is all a joke. Everything I say is a joke. Take anything Owen says, deadly serious. When I say things, 100% joking all the time.
Yeah, it's funny though, since you said he was going to be the next superstar, he's scored 8 points, 5 points, 8 points, 9 points, and then 1 point.
May I add, Kobe Bryant put up 0 points in his first game in the NBA.
Well, Kobe White has had many games in the NBA now, and he's not very good.
He is.
He had 2 good games to be fair, but in 24 minutes against the Pacers, he didn't make 1 bucket.
Kobe, bro, you're making me look stupid. I backed you, Kobe. Please, just do something in the next games. Talking about someone else that you backed, who's been pretty awful. How's the better cousin doing?
See, I was joking.
Oh, it was a big joke.
Literally, watching Nikhil Alexander-Walker in pre-season, he looked like a stud. Even in the summer league, in college.
So did Kobe White.
He looked amazing. Like, he looked like a sure thing. And now, the start of the season, I don't know what's happened to him. 4 points, averaging 4 points, 24% from the field, 22% from 3. Is why? Like, I think the start of the season they didn't really give him many minutes, like 11 minutes, 15 minutes. It didn't really give him much chance to get into rhythm. But when he played the Warriors and put up 15 points, I thought this was a turning point for him. But since then, in his last 3 games, he's made 1 bucket in 12 attempts.
Baller.
And he only played 4 minutes against the Nets.
So who did you say would be Rookie of the Year?
I can't remember. My memory's a bit foggy.
No?
So,
Okay.
Moving on.
Brazdika's finally got some minutes in the NBA.
Who cares?
I mean, when at the weekend, the Summer League, we said we would look out for him. No. We said we'd look out for this guy. He was good in the Summer League in some games. We were talking about him when he was in college. He seems to be like a villain.
Yeah.
The Knicks are not playing him, which is weird because the Knicks are like
bad.
Yeah, they don't want to embrace the tank, but they may as well embrace the tank. Your fans want LaMelo, just hit the tank.
To be fair, he did score 4 points in 4 minutes.
Exactly, he's got the talent. Just play him. And instead, RJ Barrett played 40 minutes the other night.
I missed many shots.
Missed a lot of shots. He's not RJ Barrett. Now he's doing what Doncic is doing, shooting inefficiently, putting up numbers on a team that are getting no wins.
But at least Doncic helps his teammates out.
Now I've said that, that RJ Barrett going to put up a really bad stat line in the next week, so you can thank me, whoever the Knicks are playing in the next week. Moving on to a player who nobody expected to be good, but is actually really good. Pretty really good.
Pretty really good.
Kendrick Nunn put up 112 points in his first 5 games. The last player to do that was KD in his rookie year. Well, the first rookie to put up 112 points. So players who do that are known to be very good. But saying that, he put up 5 points in the game. In the game after he put up 112. So
yeah,
maybe it's just a lucky start.
Maybe. To be fair, KD was like 18 or 19 at the time, and Kendrick Nunn is 24. So, but he in his first 5 games very good. And then most recent game against the Rockets, not great. 2 for 10 in 19 minutes. But they won by 29 points. So, does it matter? No.
You would say Kendrick Nunn is leading the way for the Rookie of the Year title in the opening. However many games it's been. Do you think he can keep up for the season?
That's the thing. Because he's never played in the NBA before. Obviously, he's a rookie.
That's how rookies work.
Yeah.
This isn't Ben Simmons we're talking about. Third year Rookie of the Year.
With Nunn, teams, they didn't know what to expect from him. Where like players like Ja Morant, you know how he's gonna play. So it's gonna be interesting to see how teams react to Nunn. I think you saw with the Rockets how they were able to stop him. So maybe more teams will just learn how to play with him and just deal with him.
Yeah, I don't think he can keep this up. I mean,
I don't think he won't be able to average 20 points per game.
Oh no,
this season. I think he'll settle down to around 13 or 14.
Do you think he'll drop out of the starting lineup soon?
I think they have to put Hero in instead of him. They have to because he's got a higher upside. But
Dragic would usually be their starting point guard, has been starting off the bench and has been one of the tips for 6th man of the year. Obviously, he's not going to win because Lou Williams is incredible,
exactly.
But if you take Lou Williams out of the question, Dragic is up there and he's doing really well off the bench.
And unlike most older players nowadays, he's embraced the role of a 6th man. He's shown he has no ego. He's happy with coming off the bench and it's worked for him so far.
But who cares about Dragic? This isn't old man watch, this is rookie watch. The biggest rookie, Zion, still injured, but he did hit Jackson Hayes in the face.
You said the biggest rookie. Literally the biggest
rookie.
He is
literally the biggest rookie. And he hit Jackson Hayes in the face. Did you see that?
I did see.
He was celebrating, swung his forearm into his mouth. Then Hayes moved his seat, which was pretty sad to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, that's Zion covered. When's he going to play? We don't know. Will he win Rookie of the Year? Probably. Now, the biggest part of the show, it's 3-point watch.
Oh, God.
The contestants on 3-point watch today, Benjamin Simmons, Markel Fultz, Aaron Baines. How's Ben doing 3-point wise?
Not good.
That's Ben Simmons. Markel Fultz.
Again, not good. 18% from 3. At least he's taking them. Yeah, he's attempting 3 a game, but he's only making 0.5 per game.
Efficient.
But at least he's shooting.
Only the best players can make half a basket every game. I mean, you're telling me LeBron James could make half a basket? I'm telling you he couldn't.
He couldn't. He's too good for that.
And now the only main star on 3-point watch, because we don't want to talk about like Harden and players that can actually shoot threes, because that's boring. We don't care about them. Aaron Baines. Steph Curry died for this.
Yeah, it's Baines. Already touched upon it earlier. But yeah, against the league, he's an awful shooter. When he plays the Sixers, he's lights out. I remember in the playoff series 2 years ago, he spent the whole of that season never shooting, not even attempting threes. Came against us in the playoffs. He was the star of the show. He just hitting everything. Please stop. Please.
Aaron, if you're listening, please stop hurting Philly. Yeah. Owen's been crying ever since. Owen cries every time we play against them.
Oh yeah, it's PTSD.
Yeah.
I get scared.
Who hurt you, Aaron? Who hurt you? Why do you hate? Why do you have to go off against Philly every game?
What did we do to deserve
What did we do to you? And that's 3-point watch. We'll be back next week with 3-point watch to see if Ben even tries to shoot.
Spoiler, he won't, because he's a bitch. He's very scared.
It's probably true. Team of the week. Now, 5 players from both conferences who we think are the best, basically. who's played the best in the past week? My point guard, James Harden.
Same for me. James Harden. Putting up 59 points, then 36 points, then 29 points, and then 44 points.
I mean...
Pretty good.
Casual James Harden. But we all know about James Harden, he only puts up the high numbers because he flops on every shot. Not bitter, I just dislike the man. Shooting guard, Doncic.
Luka Doncic.
I mean, triple doubles.
Back-to-back triple doubles.
And, yeah. Good player. My small forward will be LeBron James. The Lakers are heating up, and he is the main contributor on the team.
Yeah, I've gone for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
No, but he's
familiar.
my power forward.
Putting up big points as you'd expect from him.
Yeah, they're the only team in the East.
Excuse me?
They're the only team in the East, so he kind of has to win it, doesn't he?
Funny you should say that, because my power forward is Al Horford.
Bias.
Definitely not biased. Last 2 games putting up 25 points and 32 points, which has shown when Embiid sits, we finally have a player who can step in as our centre.
You lost to the Suns.
That doesn't matter. if this was last season, we would have a record of 2-4 by now.
Sounds like OKC. That's our record.
So Horford, he's been great all season long, especially in the last week without Embiid. I love him. Great player.
And our centres, both of us have gone for AD. LeBron's best mate. And the chemistry is there. A lot of the points LeBron chucks up for AD on the alley-oop. And it's working. 40, 31, 25. Last 3 games. I mean, AD looking like the player he actually is.
To be fair, that 40-point game, he shot very bad. He just mainly hit 3 throws.
I mean, most of this team shoots bad, and most of the NBA shoots bad and puts up big points. It's just how it works. Player of the week now, closing the show. This is a show, apparently. Closing, yeah. There's a stage, we've got an audience.
You can hear them.
Listen to them. Wow, Woo. They love it.
Woo, we love you.
Yeah, what a nice crowd. Damn. The NBA gave their team of the week to AD and Giannis. Now, we're going to disagree with them this week. I've gone with LeBron and Giannis.
And I've gone for Harden and Giannis.
I mean, Giannis, you can only go for Giannis because he's the only elite player in the East.
Stop this slander.
Embiid never plays. Ben put up 6, 4 and 6.
Oh yeah, Ben can start off. He's bad. You know, Ben, when he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's horrific. Anyway, less of it.
I mean, that sums up a lot of players, doesn't it?
But Ben is especially worse.
Yeah, LeBron, like we said, playing very good. Well, he's playing how you expect him to play against the teams he is playing with the team he's on, but that's enough to win you Player of the Week, in my eyes.
I chose Harden, I chose Harden just because of the points. You just put up points. Sure, you can win it. Well done.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Post Up Podcast. Join us next week where hopefully more things happen that are interesting. Will another player fail a drugs test? Will Philly lose more games? Will the Suns keep winning? We don't know, but we'll find out next week when it all happens. Follow us on Soundcloud and YouTube, and follow us on Twitter at @postup_podcast. We're really funny, so I'd recommend following us. We're really quite funny. I tweet all the funny stuff. Owen tweets the more serious things. So follow us there. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.